Hey everyone, thanks for clicking on the video. This is Rachel, and I just wanted to do a follow-up to the video that I did yesterday concerning the Bobby Brown 2020 interview. I did get a chance to watch the interview, and pretty much it was what I thought it was going to be, after watching all the clips. Bobby explained, that he did believe that it was Nick Gordon that had something to do with both Whitney's and Bobby Christina's death. Now, one thing that I did not know prior to watching the show last night is that according to Bobby Brown, 2 days prior to the day that Chrissy was found unresponsive, she had promised him that she was going to move out to California to be closer to him. Now, in that interview last night, Bobby says that had he known what was going on with Bobby Chris, he would have went to get her, because 2 days later is, when she was found. Now, after watching the interview last night, I must admit I was very touched at the point when Bobby broke down after talking about how he told Chrissy to let go and go be with her mother, that he was going to be okay. I was very touched. I think that he has his regrets. As he said in the show last night, he and Whitney could have done better, when it came to Bobby Christina. And I believe he has his regrets. He still says that she never saw them do any type of drugs. And like I said yesterday, I find that hard to believe. And the reason why is because when you're doing as many drugs as they claim that they're doing, they were so high they probably didn't even know what was going on. That little girl could have walked in the room and, they were nodded out or wherever and found them in a drug-induced haze. He doesn't know what she saw every minute of every day because he and Whitney was so intoxicated. Now, the end of the show, they pretty much show Bobby Brown with his new family, his new wife, who is also his manager. And, he has a good life now. He has a woman by his side that loves him. He has 2 brand new children and another one on the way. And Bobby Brown seems to be, he's living pretty much a good life. He says he still has problems with alcohol, but once he gets that under control, he goes on, with his life. And I can't say that I don't wish him, luck. But also today, I was reading online and I came across an article from Cissy Houston and People. Apparently, she also watched, the interview last night, and Whitney's mother was very disappointed. She says that she only wished that Whitney was here to dispute some of the things that, that Bobby said in the interview last night. According to the mother, she said that when Bobby denied spitting in Whitney's face, that was a lie. She says that Bobby Chris was there and that she witnessed this. She also said that when this was said on the Oprah show, that Bobby Christina could have disputed it, and she didn't. She goes on to say that a lot of the things that Bobby was saying in that interview were just not true. And she talked about how she would not have picked Bobby Brown for her daughter, but once you realized that, this was the man that Whitney loved, there was nothing that she could do. So, she got on board. If your child brings to you someone and they already love that person, I mean, it's just like the mother said. There's not much that you could do. I think at this point, Cissy Houston is just, over everything that is going on when it comes to her daughter and her granddaughter here lately. Um, Pat Houston is selling Whitney's memorabilia. Now, what I also saw is that Whitney's estate owes, has things that it owes, and I maybe she's selling this stuff to pay off some of the debts, but it just seems a little odd because with Chrissy dying, then the bulk of the money, I guess, would go to the mother. And it seems to me that if there were debt, that the mother would be taking care of that. I don't know how all of that works, but it just seems like to me Pat Houston is too much in Whitney and Chrissy's business. I don't know how she got so caught up in all of that, but I don't think that Whitney's mother even agrees with all of that. It seems like to me Whitney's mother is just over everything negative that is being said about her daughter. It's almost as though she's saying that all of these people who are out here, you know, under the name of Whitney, do not have her blessing. They said that they're doing these things in honor of Whitney, and from the impression I get from Whitney's mother, this doesn't seem to be true. Um, a lot of things that are being said about Whitney, her mother is saying people waited till she died to bring all of this stuff out when they know that Whitney is not around to challenge all of these things. So this whole Houston Brown thing has gotten pretty interesting. Um, Bobby even says now that Whitney was bisexual, that he believes that woman that we all had heard that Whitney was supposedly having a lesbian relationship with, her best friend. I think her name was Robin Crawford. He says now that if society would have left them alone, that Whitney would have been happy and that she would be here today. Basically saying that if they had been allowed, to have that relationship and, society wouldn't have frowned on it, that he believed Whitney would have been happier in her life. Now, it's a lot of things that Bobby Brown is saying now, and I'm wondering, what this is about. Whitney's mother seems to believe that it's all, a ploy to promote this new book that he has coming out. She says that while the interview last night was supposed to be about him, meaning Bobby Brown, she felt like it was an expose of her daughter's life. My video yesterday, I had said that, that I believe Bobby Brown had done a little growing up, and that, maybe he was reflecting on a lot of things that happened and between him and Whitney, and he has his regrets. No, I still feel that way. I don't believe he's a total monster, and I still stick to my beliefs that I don't believe everything that went wrong with Whitney was Bobby's fault. I believe that both Whitney's mom, Bobby, Pat Houston, all of them play a role in what happened with both of those women, with both Whitney and Bobby. I know that when someone is in the throes of drug addiction, if they don't want to stop, there's nothing that you can do. But I think all of these people are now reliving things that they saw Whitney and Bobby go through, and now they're having their regrets and remorse on things that they believe that they could have done to make things better. I'm just sad that these two families, couldn't come together because doesn't seem like this is a peaceful situation. I think there are three different angles here. There's the mother of Whitney Houston, and the Houston family. They are at odds with Bobby and the Brown family. And I also believe that there is a little dissension when it comes to Whitney's mother and this Pat Houston. Now, Pat Houston is married to one of Whitney's brothers. And it's not the brother that got her started on the drugs. It's another brother. He's the one that we always used to see in the background singing with her. So I think that this whole entire thing is a big old mess. And, the final thing is both Whitney and Bobby Christina are gone now. There's nothing that either of them can do to bring those two back. The best that they could do is, deal with their grief. And I would stay, away from each other. Whatever things that they feel that they did or did not do when it came to Whitney and Bobby's life, it's over now. It's over. They're gone. Fight over the money, whatever you're going to do. Fight over that money, because Bobby says that he's doing a wrongful death suit against Nick Gordon. And, on that I can't fault him because he truly believes that that young man had something to do with not only Bobby Christina's death, he truly believes that he has something to do with Whitney's. So on that, I don't fault him on that because I don't think as a parent I could rest if I knew or felt that I knew that the murder of my child was, getting away with it. I just think that this family is really, really torn up, and I don't see any fixing this situation. I just found it interesting that right after Bobby's interview last night, that Whitney's mother came out and said that a lot of this stuff is not true. As fans, we don't know what to believe. We loved Bobby. A lot of us loved Whitney. We loved both of them. And we grew to love Whitney's child, once Whitney left this earth and it appeared that Bobby Christina was alone. So as fans, it's almost like we're caught in the middle. We're wanting to believe the best of each of these, that all of them had these women's best interests in mind. But at this point, I don't know what to think. The only one that I think that genuinely, is really, really suffering is Whitney's mother. She lost her daughter, and then, a few years later turned around and lost her granddaughter. And I believe that for so long, Whitney's mother felt, that there was nothing that she can do because Whitney was a grown woman. And she just watched as her granddaughter, just spiraled out of control. And now she's left with nothing. It almost seems like Cissy Houston is going to spend the rest of her life. And we all know that this lady is very up in age. But it seems like to me she's going to spend the rest of her life defending the memory of her daughter and her daughter's legacy. And now, her granddaughter's legacy. So it's a sad situation all around. If you didn't catch the interview, I'm pretty sure that it's on demand, and you can go back and look at what Bobby said. But other than that, there's not much more on this story. If I hear anything else, I'll come back to you with, any updates. But this is just a sad situation all around. You guys have a great day, and thanks for watching the video. Take care now. Bye-bye.